Hey everyone, it's Des, and today is going to be one of my favorite videos I'm going to be doing on my channel. As we all know, when you go someplace new and exciting, everyone has different foods, different snacks, different brands and companies and different ways of making those foods. And since I'm going to Ireland soon, I thought this would be a good chance to kind of have a last hurrah for some of my favorite American foods. Now, when I say American foods, I guess what I'm kind of alluding to is things that I won't be able to get over in Ireland, or at least they're going to be very scarce, hard to come by. If I do come by them, they might be really expensive at like an import shop or something. So I tried to find foods that I knew I wouldn't be able to get while I was over there, and just kind of have like a last little moment together. To make it extra fun, I'm going to be rating these foods out of 10 to just kind of, like see where I stand with them. They might not be all I had hoped they'd be because as some of you guys know, I've been on kind of a rigorous diet for the past couple months. Since about March, I've been clean eating. So I've had no huge copious amounts of preservatives or things like that. I've been trying to stay away from those because I knew that when I went to Europe that my diet would completely change. I might have also wanted to lose a couple pounds, which I did. I successfully have lost about 14 pounds, so woo, yay! But I thought I'd take a little breather today because I do realize that I'm not gonna have another chance to eat these foods for a long time till I come back for Christmas. So I thought it would be a fun video to kind of show you guys me eating them, rating them. Are they as good as I thought they were, a couple months ago? Am I going to miss them? Why won't I be able to get them when I'm there, kind of thing. So yeah, let's get into trying out the snacks. First up on my list of snacks that are some of my favorite snacks that I'm so sad I'm not going to be able to have while I'm there, and it probably is for the best, is moon pies. Oh, I love these so much. These are made in Chattanooga, Tennessee, so they're definitely an American product, and when I was over in Ireland before for vacation, I did not see anything like this. They might have their own kind of version of it, but they generally don't have this kind of over-processed, super indulgent kind of thing. So yeah, let's give one a go. They always come in this cute little individual wrapper, and oh my gosh, these are just so decadent, Nothing like a moon pie, after a long day. They don't look like much, they're just kind of like this chocolate covered patty, but they're just one of my absolute favorites, It doesn't have to be beautiful for me to love it as it is. Oh my god. It's like a mouthful of marshmallow, which is great. And they're super sweet and chocolatey and delicious. I don't think you guys realize how weird it is to eat on camera, to a camera, just be eating. It's kind of a weird feeling. They are a bit messy, which is unfortunate, but I'm really sad that they don't have anything like this over in Ireland. Gosh, I haven't had one of those in forever. I'm gonna give it a solid 9 out of 10 because I love the chocolatiness, I love the marshmallow, it's a little bit of cookie, it's just enough. And I think I'm really gonna miss those too. So that's gonna be a high up there one for me. So the next snack I have might be a surprise to some of you, but in Ireland, peanut butter is not a big thing there. So peanut butter candy or snacks is not a huge commodity there. Things like Reese's Cups and Reese's Puffs and anything peanut butter branded like that is not really big. It's getting more popular, but it's not an everywhere kind of thing. And while I do love Reese's, what I love even more is peanut butter M&Ms. And this is a weird combo because I don't think I've ever seen M&Ms when I was over there. They have something called Smarties that is nothing like the American Smarties. Their American Smarties are kind of like a sugar tab candy, while Irish Smarties are their version of M&Ms, and they're not my favorite candy, but M&Ms aren't my favorite candy either. So there's good reason to why I don't really enjoy them, but I love the flavored M&Ms, and especially the peanut butter M&Ms. When they came out with these, and I think the pretzel M&Ms around the similar time, I was so stoked. I love them both so much, and I'm like, this is the last time I'm gonna be able to have like peanut butter M&Ms for like a long time. And granted, I don't eat a lot of this stuff anyway because of the whole eating clean thing I've been doing, but in my head they're like institutions that have just been around for a long time for me because I live in America. I'm like, oh yeah, peanut M&Ms, totally a thing. But in there, it's just like, it's not gonna exist for me. So let's dig in, shall we? And they're always so colorful and bright and artificial looking. I mean, like, the Smarties in Ireland actually are dyed with like fruit dyes, so they're a lot like less bright, but these ones are like neon, so, and they're pretty big too. They're pretty good. I wasn't expecting them to be that mushy. I think it's because I've gotten used to doing the pretzel M&Ms kind of thing. It's like a gob of peanut butter. I wanted to see what it looked like inside, but then I just bit all the peanut butter out of it. They really have a strong peanut butter flavor, and it's very creamy peanut butter, so that's one of the things I like about them the most. Are they my favorite candy? No, but they're pretty darn good. I would say if I had to rate them out of 10, I would probably give them like a 7 out of 10, because they're not like over the moon, they're not like fantastic, but they're definitely good. And I'm gonna miss having peanut butter products so much that I'm actually gonna bring a jar of peanut butter with me. I know they probably have peanut butter there, but I'm just worried because peanut butter is like one of my staple foods. With eating clean, I've had a lot less peanut butter, but it still like holds a special place in my heart. Up next, we have a food that just honestly gets me right here. It's like soul food to me.
Oh, please. I have no soul.
And I don't know how my life is gonna be without this food in it. I haven't had this food since I started my diet, but not a day has gone by without me pining for it. And that would be classic original crunchy Cheetos. I freaking love these. Like these, if someone were to ask me, what's your favorite food, Desi? Crunchy Cheetos. If someone were to ask me, Desi, what are you craving right now? Crunchy Cheetos. If you were on a deserted island, Crunchy Cheetos. I love Crunchy Cheetos. And my friends could attest to this. Like anytime they walk into me in the dorms when I was on campus, 9 out of 10 times, it'd be me with a bag of Crunchy Cheetos on my lap. Me and Chester Cheetah, we have an understanding with each other. You know, we get it. We get each other. And they don't have Cheeto products in Ireland. Like they have, from what I have heard through the grapevine and from what I can find on the internet, they have like Cheetos Puffs, or they'll have like things like that, and you'll be able to find them in like the recesses of an imported food aisle, and they'll be like outrageously expensive. Like, it's gonna be hard for me to not have these in my life. So we're just gonna enjoy it while it lasts, you know? It's just, there's nothing quite like this moment where you just gotta find an extra cheesy one. Oh yeah. Just chef's kiss. So good. These will never not be good to me. Like, no lie, I could eat this whole bag. There is something inherently about the fake cheesiness, the crunch. It's like a corn chip. We know that it's like has some corn flavor to it, but it's not overpowering. And I'm sure there's a good reason why they don't have these in Ireland. The food in Europe is much cleaner, not as much preservatives and chemicals. You know, everything's more fresh. The expiration dates are like within a reasonable time. But like a bag like this could survive the apocalypse, and the ingredient list is like super freaking long. And so I can understand like this is pretty much like, this is like squeezed out of a tube and like fried, and is probably made originally from like goo. So I get it, I do. Like, this is a food that is so far from where it was originally supposed to be something. Like, at some point this was corn. It has fallen so far from that tree that I understand why they don't make these there. But god dang it, I just love them. Like, they're just so sinfully delicious. So Cheetos, definitely like solid 11 out of 10. Like, they blow me out of the water every time. And you bet your butt I just went off screen to lick my fingers. It's like a rite of passage to a Cheeto lover. And I'm going to sincerely miss these Cheetos while I'm gone. Like, it was nice while it lasted. Next up, we have Hostess cakes. These ones specifically are the frosted chocolate donuts, which are my favorite. I really like these from Little Debbie as well. In Ireland, they don't have like, I don't know what genre you would consider Hostess and Little Debbie.
Trash.
But if it had a name, it would probably be like overly processed pastry cakes. And in Ireland, stuff isn't super processed. So like, they have pastries. There is no such thing as like a processed pastry cake or anything like that. Like, these are like extremely manufactured, extremely over-processed, which makes them freaking delicious, but also like, you know, terrible for you. So one, I will not be seeing these around there for that reason. But two is donuts aren't that really big in Ireland. Now, they've had a couple, you know, American ideals taken over the pond to them, like Krispy Kreme, but it's not in every city. It's definitely not in Galway. And if you want donuts, you kind of got to find a place that specializes in that, because it's not going to be in your average bakery. So let's just open up their little nuclear bunker-proof wrapper. Like, these kind, like, look at this. Like, they're all shriveled up. Look at that. Like, that does not look super appetizing, but like, you know they taste good. The first plate's really good, but the more you chew it, the more it's like, it's just sugar flavored. The chocolate's good. I really do prefer the Little Debbie ones, but all I could find was the Hostess ones out when I went. It still fills a place in the soul though, you know? Like, at least there's chocolate. They're good, but they're not as good as I remember them being before I was on my diet. I had like this, like holy grail idea about them, that I remembered them being that good. I don't know if they fulfill that anymore. They're definitely good, but they're not that good. I think I'll give them like a 6 out of 10 for effort, you know? Like, they're a donut, and they're covered in chocolate, and that's about all they got going for them, honestly. They could be better, so that score is because they need improvement. Okay, next we have one that I know I'm not gonna see when I'm there, because this next food is so processed, so not food in every sense, that I cannot imagine them selling this there. And that would be the Slim Jim. Now, I love Slim Jims. I've loved them since I was little. I think they're amazing and delicious. But let's be real, they're kind of like a pseudo meat product. Like, they're not like, okay, tell me right now, what is a Slim Jim made out of? Like 5, 4, 3, yeah, you don't know. According to the wrapper, it's beef, pork, mechanically separated chicken, textured soy, you know, just don't bother. You don't want to know. Some things in life, you know, you need a little je ne sais quoi, you know, some mystery to it. And I think that's best left to, you know, the imagination with Slim Jim. In Ireland, I will most likely be eating like real beef products, because that's, you know, something they're famous for. And if there is a beef snack product, it's gonna be probably a lot more fresh. It's not gonna be, whatever we consider this to be. but gosh darn it, I think they're delicious. So that is why I got one. I knew that this was gonna be a flavor I would not have for a long time. So let's just crack this puppy open. Oh God, the grease. There's always so much grease on these. Like, I want to touch it to show you, but it's also like, Slim Jims are always kind of greasy, and that's part of the lore of Slim Jim, you know. It always has that sound to it, that little when you bite into it. Just a little bit of spice, just a little. But no, that is really good. It's very greasy still. I remembered them being greasy, but I don't remember them tasting this greasy. It's definitely good. But is it great? I don't know. You know, now that I'm eating it, it doesn't taste like any one of those 3 meats that I listed. It's more like a texture and spice. I don't hate it. I like the flavor, I like the chewing texture. I don't like the grease. So for those reasons, I think I'm gonna give this one an 8 out of 10. Because it's almost there, but not quite. Definitely gonna miss it at some point, but not as often as I will the Cheetos. Like the Cheetos I'm gonna miss every day. This one, like, I don't know, like maybe 2 months from now I'll be sitting in my bathtub and being like, you know what would sound really good? A Slim Jim. But not definitely an everyday thing. Then last, but certainly not least in my heart, would be gummy pizza. Now, gummy pizza, I know they have gummy products in Ireland like Haribo and stuff like that, but Haribo I don't believe makes gummy pizzas. This brand, the E-Fruity brand, has always made like gummy pizzas, gummy hot dogs, the gummy cola bottles and stuff. And it's only something I've ever found in candy shops in America or like at the local general store we have in my town. We have them, and they're just like these really colorful pizzas that you can like pull out of the sleeve, and I think that they taste better than any other gummy candy. Like, forget gummy bears, forget sour gummy worms, gummy pizza is where it's at for me. And honestly, I can't imagine myself finding this in Ireland, and that's why I had to get one to just have it one last time. So, you know, bon appetit, and let's dig into this little pizza. They're always really hard to open. Like, how can this be a children's snack? Finally. And each little piece has like little fruits and veggies on it and stuff. They all smell the same. It all smells like Tutti Frutti kind of. But I distinctly remember as a child thinking they all tasted different, and I know they probably don't. So let's give it a go. They're definitely hard to tear apart. It's definitely a lot chewier than I remember. It's not like a soft gummy, you have to really like get in there. But dang, I just love that flavor. It's kind of it's really similar because probably it's the same stuff as the gummy Krabby Patties, which I also don't think that they have in Ireland because SpongeBob's not as big over there, which, crime, I know, right?
Well, maybe it is stupid, but it's also dumb.
I very much so fit the American stereotype of loving SpongeBob, as you can probably tell from all of my video reference cuts. But yeah, it's just a very nostalgic candy for me. I would say I'd give this probably like a 7.5 to maybe an 8. Maybe an 8 out of 10, yeah. Because I could definitely see myself missing these, because this is one of those foods where it's like, when you get a hankering for it, like, you know what it is. Like, you need that specific one, and it's like, I've had that before for these, honestly. But yeah, so those were all the snacks that I think I'm gonna miss most while I'm in Ireland, and it was nice to get to try them again before I leave and just kind of, you know, relish in the fact of, you know, my last bits of Americana before I leave for Europe. I just thought this would kind of be a fun video idea because the next time you see me, things are gonna get real, because my next video on this channel will be the day that I leave. I'll be leaving next week, early in the morning, and I'm gonna vlog the entire thing for you guys. So from the morning I wake up to getting on my plane to traveling all across that day until I arrive at my hotel in Galway, you're gonna get to see it all. There have been a couple changes to my plans. Shocker, this always seems to happen. That's why I have such a hard time updating you guys sometimes, because the updates become outdated so quickly. But instead of quarantining at my apartments, it was requested that I quarantine off the apartments. So I'm going to be arriving in Galway on the 8th of September, and I'm going to be quarantining for 2 weeks in a hotel. So I'm excited, but also terrified, and a little bit worried that I'm gonna be bored, but I have plenty of ideas to keep myself occupied, and you guys are gonna be with me the whole time, because you bet your butt I'm filming it all. I mean, I'll have plenty of editing time, so I might as well. But not to worry, I'll still be going to my apartment after those 2 weeks and getting settled in, but I did need to let you guys kind of know that things don't always go as planned. But not to worry, I'm just still so glad that I had the chance to be going there, and it's all gonna work out. It's gonna be a really busy day of travel when I see you guys next, but I'm super excited to be sharing it with you because, you know, as somebody who's never really traveled alone, this is gonna be a big step for me in my life, but I think having the camera there is gonna make me feel not so alone, and it'll make this process a little less scary, and hopefully make a long day have a little bit of comedic relief. So thank you guys for watching with me, and I will see you the morning of my trip. Bye!